Hello guys, good morning.
Very good morning, sir.
Yeah, how are you all?
Doing good, sir. Thanks for asking. Hope you too.
Yeah,
Good morning.
good morning. We'll wait for 2 minutes. We'll see if anyone will join. Then we'll start.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll start our today's session. Okay, so people will join later, and we'll do the revision since we had 2 days gap, and then we'll start. All right. We discussed about EC2 service, right? Mm, what do you know about EC2? What all we have discussed? Can anyone give high level overview? Just a overview. What all we discussed in EC2?
EC2 is a on-demand service. It is called as Elastic Compute Cloud.
Yeah.
It is one of the service of AWS.
Hmm.
In EC2, we can create with instances by using AMIs.
Hmm.
While we create instance, we can use keeper to access the login by using login credentials.
Okay.
In EC2, while we create instance, we can attach our security groups, create security group, or we can attach existing security groups. We can attach 5 numbers of security groups for instances, for single instance.
Yes. Okay.
Also, a security group is a stateful firewall.
Hmm.
We can allow only inbound. When we traffic send reply for the inbound traffic, in outbound it will be automatically allowed. No need to allow specifically.
Correct. That's pretty much correct what we have discussed. Anyone else can tell what are the different instance families? Different instance families we have discussed, no? Where I have given the real-time example as well. Where do we use it? Others, can anyone remember?
General purpose, sir. Then compute optimized, memory optimized.
Hmm.
Then graphical related one instance is there.
Yeah, yeah. And then
And-
HPC.
Yes.
All right. Let me share my screen. Yeah, so my screen is visible, right, guys?
Yes, screen is
Yes,
visible.
sir.
Yeah, okay. So we discussed about instance families, right? And then we discussed about security group. So what do you mean by security group? It acts as a virtual firewall, right? So it acts as a virtual firewall. It monitors all the inbound and outbound traffic. Oh, so whatever the traffic's allowed, only those traffics are allowed to your EC2 instance to talk to EC2. If it's blocking in security, then EC2 instance cannot talk to that particular traffic. All right, and then as Sarvanan said, we have secure different, we can attach up to 5 security groups, and these are stateful. Okay, so by default, always remember by default it will be denied. There will be no rules. You have to explicitly go and give the rules. And then we talked about public IP and private IP. So you guys know what is public IP. Why do we use public IP of EC2 and private IP, right? So what do you mean by elastic IP?
Elastic IP is a static IP. Normally, when we create a EC2 instance, when we stop the EC2 instance, IP will be changed. Public IP
Which
will be changed.
ah,
So
correct.
that's the reason we can use elastic IP. For buying elastic IP, it is free. We need to assign the IP in any one of the instances. Otherwise, it will be chargeable.
Yes,
Sir,
very.
yeah, one more thing actually, elastic IP seems to be a persistent one, whereas in public IP it is, it is not meant for, I mean, persistent.
Yes, you can say that as well. But we use elastic IP only when you want to fix your public IP. Okay, so if you don't want to your public IP to be dynamic, then we can go with elastic IP, right? And then the costing, about the costing is the important thing. What Sarvanan said is correct. Okay, so yeah, so we had discussed this, and in yesterday's class, I mean last class that was on Saturday, I guess, right? So we discussed something about uh placement group. Can anyone explain? Placement groups. We have different placement groups, right? I think
Cluster one.
yeah, Madan, Sumit was there in the last class, I guess. Sumit, Madan, Darshan, Shivaraman. You were there in the last class,
Yes,
Shivara?
sir. Yes, sir. Cluster
Okay.
in cluster one, like
Hmm.
when we create when we have record low latency, we can create a cluster
Hmm.
groups.
Hmm.
So latency will be high.
Hmm. So yeah, we have different placement groups, that is cluster, spread, and partition. So if you want, we can go with where in the same rack all your EC2 will be stored in the same rack. All your EC2 will be stored. So if any one EC2 goes down, your entire this thing will go down. Okay, this is the disadvantage. But if you want high latency, they'll go with cluster and then spread. Okay, in the same rack, they will place in a different levels. Okay, so few will be placing in the upside, few will be in the middle. Okay, so this is spread, and then one more is partition. Okay, so partition means our EC2 will be placed, okay, or all our virtual servers will be placed in different racks. Okay, there's a less chance of losing data, but latency is low. Okay, so all the three has advantage and disadvantage. Based on the requirement, we'll go with this. Okay, all right. So then we discussed one more tenancy model. Can anyone answer what is tenancy model? Types of tenancy model we have.
Shared model and shared host, sorry, dedicated host and dedicated instance, I think. These are the two
Correct,
types.
correct. Very good. Yeah, shared by default, we have a shared tenancy. So what do you mean by shared tenancy?
We can use the same hardware for other clients also. They
No,
can
in the
use
same host machine, we'll be
yes,
having a neighbors. Okay,
yes, sir.
everyone more neighbors will be there. In the dedicated instance, we'll get single complete host. Okay, in dedicated instance. What about dedicated host? When do we go for dedicated host? Who will prefer for dedicated host? I have given real-time example as well.
Financial sector.
Exactly, correct. All right. Others, please everyone try to answer. Okay, even if it's wrong, just answer it. Okay, you guys will get that comfortable in the class. If you guys be silent, right, you don't get comfortable. Okay, even if it's wrong, try to answer. Okay, so it's learning for everyone. No problem. Answer Arams. All right. Yes. Whatever Savan and sorry. Whatever Shivram. Okay, Shivraman said is correct. All right. So today we're gonna discuss some other few topics. Okay. There are few topics left, and then we're gonna launch our EC2. You can see the demo as well, right? Lab demo, and I'll give you one small assignment so that you people can practice and come. All right. So next topic I'm gonna talk about is launch template. All right. So where can you see it? It's in the same. Go to the EC2. Okay, in the left hand side, we have something called, if you see here, you guys know what is instance types. Now we are talking about launch templates. Okay, when launch template is required. Okay, why do we need to specify all the EC2 instance details? Okay, like instance. So when we are launching instance, let's say if you want to launch any instance, click on launch. Okay. So whenever you're launching in any single EC2 or any first time, what all information it will ask. If you see here, you should give the name. Okay, you should select OS, you should select instance type, you should select key pair, you should select networking, you should select security group. Okay, you should select storage option. All those things you need to do it manually, right? So what AWS is telling, let's say if you want to launch uh, n number of EC2 instance at a single click, if you have same, usually requirement will come, okay, in real time. So they will give you the document, they will ask you to launch, I want 50 EC2, okay, or I want 10 EC2 immediately now. So what you will do, you can create a template and keep it. Okay, so you see, these are the templates. Okay, you can create a template and keep it. So template is nothing but it consists of all the information. Just now we saw, no, key pair, OS. Okay, it consists of all the information. You just have to select how many numbers you need to give. Okay, if you see here, these are the details of this. So it will be having the AMI ID, instance type. Okay, all will be means only one time you need to define while creating a template. Once you create this template and keep it ready, let's say now your manager comes, okay, or your this thing comes, they'll ask you to, I want 10, last week you have created, right? So similar way, all the similar configuration, I want immediate 10 EC2, launch it for the DevOps team. So you can just click on it, okay, if you have given name, and then launch instance. That's it. If you click on launch instance, say everything will be taken from the template. You don't have to give, you just have to give the numbers here, give the numbers and launch. That's the advantage of launch template, guys. Okay, understood? Why do we
Yes, sir.
go for launch template? so that it saves our time in real time. It's always good to create a templates and keep it. Okay, so how do we create a template? You should ask, right? You guys should have a question. How do you create a? So either what you can do, there's a one way you can directly create. Okay, you can go to launch template. You can click on create launch template. You can give individual details. Same like how do you create our EC2? Same like that, you can give details. That's it. Same. If you see same settings, right? You can create launch template and keep it. What is the other way? So other way is, let's say I have already my instance is running. From your instance, you can create a template. Let me show you quickly. Okay, I'll just launch quickly I'll launch my instance and then I'll show you how to create a template from instance. Okay, so that whenever you guys are working, immediately you can take a template and keep it. Yeah. I'm not touching anything. It's just for you guys to show, that's it. Okay, now my instance is running. Let's say this is your development. Okay, development EC2. Okay, development machine, or you can call EC2 machine, VMs, whatever you want. You can call all. Gives the same meaning. Okay, so this, let's say this is your development. Okay, all your testers or they are doing your development are doing. So you want multiple copies of it. Okay, your you might get requirement in the future. So what you can do, you can create a template of it and keep it ready. So how you can do? Just click on it. In the actions, image, you have image and templates. Okay, see, you have option called create template. So if you click create template here from instance, so whatever the configuration of this instance is there, no, all the configuration of this instance will go and come to this template. Okay,
Even
there's
the
a
IP address will be the same.
no IPs will be changing. No,
Yeah. Right.
IPs you will only get once instance is running, once you launch. Apart from that, everything will be same.
Okay.
Okay, if you see, these all taken from my running instance. That's the advantage of launch template. So whenever you guys are doing, okay, in real time, not in the test. So in real time, whenever you create any, client specific EC2, okay, create a template of it and keep it. So that whenever you get immediate reply, you can launch instance immediately. Clear, guys? Okay, this is the way. Okay, you can follow it. Later in the class, I'll give you assignment. Okay, then you will get to know. All right, that's about launch template. My mouse is not working. Okay, right. So we have one more topic in called customized AMI. Okay, they'll also called golden image. Okay, these are three words. If they ask about golden image, customized AMI, what you should answer. Okay, what is that? So for to understand that, first you guys need to understand what is AMI, right? So what is AMI, guys?
Amazon machine image, which we are using from Amazon's repository. It will, when we select image, when we create instance, we can select AMI, like Ubuntu or whatever it is, we can select from the Amazon OS images.
Yes.
Sir, actually, it's a virtualized. I mean, the custom image. The image, mostly, it contains the Linux operating system. If we say Linux operating system, it's a purely customized. It's totally different from Ubuntu and Red Hat and other Linux various distributions. So they have added some Amazon, utilities and tools, and and it's binded with the operating system of the Linux because it
Yeah.
seems a customized kernel they built the operating system on top of that customized kernel.
Yeah, correct. Okay, so whatever you both people said is correct. Okay, if there's any newbie, I mean new fresher, or if anyone new to cloud, I'll explain you guys in this way. Whatever these both guys told is correct. Okay, so in order to for freshers, okay, so just for the new fresher, I'll just explain. So all these days we were working on our systems, right? So we had a system, okay, even the laptops, whatever it is, okay, we had a system. So all our laptops will run on OS, operating system. Without OS, it is just a display monitor, right? It is just a display. So if there's no OS, that is a like heart important thing, operating system. Even our phones has operating system. Okay, whether it will be Android or iPhone, right? Apple. Same way, every laptop, every this thing has a OS. Our laptop and Windows. So all these years we've been practicing in Windows, right? We have Mac, all these are operating system, right? So same way here, what do we have? Even our EC2, okay, even on EC2, it's like a virtual server. So EC2 is like nothing but your virtual laptop only, right? So you can do all the work, you can run a server here, you can do whatever you want. It's like a virtual laptop. So when you're creating virtual laptop, you need to create everything. You need to create OS, you need to create storage, you need to send them the store, you should assign them storage, how many, same way how your laptop will be there, it will be having some RAM storage space, right? Even in the virtually also we need to give, same way we need to give OS. Okay, we need to select OS. In order to select this OS, okay, in order to select this OS for EC2, what Amazon has done, they have created on a template collection of, okay, so that's why they've introduced something called Amazon Machine Image. Okay, this is like a template where it has a collection of OS. Here you will get they have, for just for practice, they have own Amazon Linux OS, Ubuntu OS, okay, Windows OS, Mac OS. Like they have, it's like a basket. Okay, they AMI is not a OS. AMI is not OS. Always remember. Okay, it's just if you see here, they have where is it? Okay, AMI is a template. And AMI is a template that contains the software configuration. What do you mean? Operating system, application server, and application which is required to launch your instance. That's it. Okay, so here you will get a collection of OS. Whatever we want, according to our requirements, we can select our OS from AMI. Is it clear, guys, for others who didn't know what is AMI?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So people who are already working, for them, it's easy. If there are any new people, for them, I'm making it easier. Right. Mumtaz, are you able to understand? Mumtaz, um,
So do
so,
we have Amazon proprietary as well, any OS, or just the open standard OSs
so
in the template?
we can select that as well. Okay. This is we have three ways of selecting AMI that I'll explain now. Okay, you will get it. So first, AMI is cleared. Right, what is AMI is clear. We understood what is AMI and what all OSs we have. Okay, so there are three ways. Okay, so one is directly you can go and select here. These are the standard one. Okay, so if you see here, Mac OS, Amazon Linux, Ubuntu, Windows, Red Hat, you guys know all these are standard one. Okay, the second way is you can select from marketplace. Okay, we have something called AWS marketplace. If you see here, so here, as you said, we can select whatever we want. Okay, these are the trusted third-party AMIs from AWS. Okay, these are a bit expensive. Okay, you need to pay for them. These are built by these services. Okay, you can select these as well. Let's say you are launching an EC2 instance for scanning purpose, right? In the security for scanning purpose. Okay, you need to have some those applications. So you can go with Palo Alto. So you guys know what is Palo Alto. So they will use basically to scan all the services, right? So this is a very big tool for security. So if you are launching an EC2 instance, then you might read some applications to related to that. So we can go with Palo Alto. Same, we have Cisco's also we have, right? These all third party. This is the second way of, selecting your OS. What is the first way? First way is the standard. Second way is AWS Marketplace. Okay. So what is the third type? What is the third type? Anyone has idea? What could be?
Can we upload any image here?
Okay, we have image and template. So here we have something called create image. So hello.
Yeah, we can hear you. Your voice is breaking in between.
Yeah, that was a power switch connections. Okay. Now am I audible?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir,
fine.
you're ready.
Yeah. Where did I get lost?
Custom image.
You have selected action, image, and template.
Yes, correct. So yeah. So third way of creating AMI. Okay, you guys cleared about first way, second way. What is the third way? Same. How did we create launch template? Same like that. Click on actions. Okay. Go with image and templates. Okay. You can select create image. Okay. Now, if you create image, what happens? So whatever this EC2 instance, whatever this EC2 instance is running, you can take that AMI. And from using that AMI, you can launch other EC2 instance. So I'll explain you a diagram. So now my EC2 is already running. Let's say your DevOps people. Okay, DevOps are people, they are using this EC2, right? This DevOps people, they are already using EC2. You are a cloud ops engineer. Okay, what they will do, you will get a requirement. Okay, they'll ask Leela, or they'll ask Madan. Okay, they'll ask Madan. Okay, Madan, please create same EC2 what DevOps people are using. No, same. I want same OS. Don't change any OS. I want same OS. Okay, OS should be same. Storage and all, I'll give you how much storage. Okay, and IPs and all, I'll give you. You need to change. Okay, OS, I should need the same of DevOps. So at that time, what Madan can do as a cloud ops, or what you guys can do as a cloud ops engineer, whatever this EC2 is, you can take AMI from here. This AMI, okay, just now I showed, no, this AMI, we call it as golden image. Okay, you can call it as golden image or customized AMI. Okay, please and be noted. Okay, in interview, they might ask you this about golden image. Do you know about golden image? Because in real time we do, every time we can't go and select which third party. So what do we do? So if anyone EC2 is running properly, from that we create a golden image and we'll keep it ready, right? So from this golden image, so we can launch again same EC2. How many ever we want, we can launch same EC2. It's very simple, guys. That's the main advantage of golden image. All right. So now we have discussed 3 ways of creating or selecting OS. What is the first way?
Default option when we create instances.
Yes, which is the default which AWS provide. And what is the second way?
Select from marketplace.
Marketplace like
Third
Palo
part.
Alto.
Correct.
Yeah,
Marketplace. Okay, marketplace, third party. Okay, what is the third way? Is our golden image.
we can create golden image.
Yes, and we using this, you can launch a EC2. All right, so these are the 3 ways. Please remember it. If you guys are giving interview, explain this. So don't wait for them to ask this question. Okay, if you get a chance, explain this like in this way. They will be impressed. All right. Okay, so now we have cleared with launch template and AMI. You guys know in and out. You guys know shared and placement groups. Okay, then we have networking. Okay, networking and key pairs. So now I'll talk about key pairs. It is very interesting topic. Okay, please focus in this session. Even though it looks very small, it has lot of ideology behind it. Okay, how it works, it is very interesting. People who already knows, it's good. People who doesn't know, who is new to cloud, please concentrate. I would say this is very interesting. All right, so we'll jump to key pair now. Okay. So before I start key pair, what do you guys know about encryption and decryption? What do you mean by encryption and decryption?
Sir, encryption is nothing but conversion of plain text into ciphertext, and the decryption is the conversion of ciphertext to the plain text. This looks like a process to ensure the conversion of those conversions.
Correct, very good, correct answer. All right, so what Darshan, right? Darshan, is that Darshan who answered now?
Leela Krishnan, sir.
Leela Krishnan, okay, fine. Yeah, whatever Leela said is correct. Okay, so what Leela said is, to put it in a simple way, it is make your text unreadable form. Okay, let's say now my name is Adil, right? My name is Adil. Now, any human being can read this. Any human being can read this. To make humans unreadable form, okay, what do? We do it like this. We use symbols at, exclamatory, number 2, okay, and then we might use any, okay, random characters. See, this, even this has 4 and this has 4. Can you read it? Can you tell what data is it? No, right? So this process, we call it as encryption. Okay, making data unreadable form. This is called encryption. Now, decryption. What do you mean by decryption is reverse of it. So if you have like this, now we have at, exclamatory, number 2, okay, and then this. Okay, reading this, okay, system will understand. Okay, using some software, your system will understand. So it will decrypt to original one. Okay, system will decrypt. This is Adil. Clear? So this is what mean by encryption and decryption. Okay, please remember it, guys. Okay, whoever is in the new or coming new to cloud, it will help you in your future as well. All right, cool. Now, if you guys understood this, now we'll get into this key pair. Okay, so what happened long years back, we initially, when computers were there, internet came. Okay, when internet was introduced, how data used to exchange through over the internet is direct. Let's say if I send anything Adil, okay, so if I send anything Adil from this computer A to computer B, let's say this computer A is in Bangalore, okay, so this computer B is in Hyderabad, right? So whenever I send from Bangalore to Hyderabad to any send over the data, okay, Adil will send same naked data, raw data, directly to this computer B. Okay, it will receive same Adil. Okay, all right. Now, so what was the scenario? What was the problem here? What could be the main problem here is data breach. So here, this way is there, no? This tunnel, this is the way of traveling here. Anyone could have come here, and let's say if anyone come in between, intercept in between, they could read our data. If this computer is sending any payment information or any sensitive information, any related to war, okay, related to any politician, can come in between, they can read this data. They can read, okay, this is sending this. Okay, this was the problem. Okay, this was the problem. So in order to come up with this, what they have what the scientist has come up with, what they have done is, why can't we encrypt and decrypt? So why can't we make the data, whatever goes here, no, it should be in unreadable format. So now it's in Adil. When it goes here, okay, when when it is going on the way throughout the internet, it should be unreadable form. What you guys know what is unreadable, right? It should be in encrypted form, so that if anyone comes, let's say this Adil, here in the over while traveling, while it is in transit, it will be like this at 1, 2, right? So if anyone comes, okay, even if your data breaches, they can't read it. They can't read it. Okay, so again, it will goes here, it will come here. When it comes to this computer, so this computer can decrypt it. So from at A12, it can decrypt and it can write it as Adil. This was the idea they have come up with. Okay, they have thought of doing encrypting and decrypting. All right. So in order to do encrypting and decrypting, how this computer will know, okay, whether this data is from this computer only, and how this computer will know that this data, I mean, should go here and it should be decrypted by only this. Why only this computer? Why only this? And why it should unblock only from this computer? Why? Okay, to come up with that resolution, they have come something called public key and private key. All right. So this combination of these two, we call it as public key cryptography, I guess. Yeah, this we call it as public key cryptography. They have come up with something called public key cryptography. So here, what they will use, now public key will be stored by the user or whoever is sending. It will be with him. Private key will be with the server. All right. Now, this Adil, whatever I am sending data to this computer, no, I will encrypt it. I will lock using my public key. Okay, I will lock using my public key and I'll send my encrypted data to this EC2 or to this server. So when this server receives it, what it will do? First, it will check from which public key I have got, from which public key. So all this encrypted data is there, no? Okay, from which public key I have received it. Now, once this public key, right, or this, okay, here it has this, as I told you, this will be having private key. This EC2 server will check which public key it has sent. So once it verifies, okay, this public key is from this, okay, he's from my boss only, okay, he's from the known client, okay, so he's a known client. Okay, once it matches with this this public key matches with private key, right? So then decryption happens. So how all this works is, so all this public key is derived, okay. Once you create the private key here, private key will be created first. From this private key only, public key will be derived. Okay, the public key will be with user, public key will be user, and private key will be with the server. So when user is sending any data, right? So user will lock encrypt it, and it will send it to the server. And server will check for the matches, whether it matches with the public key of this. This public key and this private key both should match. Once it matches, then decrypt happens, and then we get a raw data back. This is how the technology is behind. So all this thing happens on which port? Port 22. This port, we call it as SSH. That's how this name came, SSH. This we call it as secure shell. Secure shell. It's nothing, guys, very simple. So if you guys didn't understand, I'll give you example with the human names. So here will be Shrira, here will be the Madan, and here will be the Leela. Okay, if Madan wants to send any data to Leela, okay, the data, these both will be having one one keys. Okay, that is public key cryptography. Okay, using that public key cryptography, Leela will be having one part of the key, Madan will be having other part of the key. Now, when Madan sends any data, Madan will use this key, log the data, and send over SSH to Leela. As soon as Leela receives this, Leela will check, okay, this key, whether it is matching with this Madan's key. Only if it's matching, then Leela will decrypt. Okay, Leela, this I'll understand. Okay, this is from Madan. Then only decrypt happens and Leela can receive. Same way when sending data backwards, if Leela wants to send any data back to Madan, same way Leela will log the data and send it back, and Madan will use this key. It will check whether it is from Leela, and it'll decrypt. You guys understood, guys?
Oh,
It's
who's
very
providing this key actually? So suppose two
these
different computers in a different location can try to communicate. How
so
they are getting these keys?
yes, they are having this private they were using KMS, key management service. Some services was there, right? They were using keys. Okay, they were using some service.
Uh-huh.
Okay, using that service, all the keys could be generated. Keys are nothing but your random words. No, anyone can generate. Okay, using that they were saying. Now if you are doing this in AWS, okay, AWS will generate keys and give it to us. You don't have to worry about it for EC2. So it will create a keys and it will provide. So in real time, how it works, okay, and now I'll show you. So this idea behind keeper, you guys understood, right? Why, what is SSH, how it works, what is encryption, decryption, what is public key cryptography. You guys understood, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, I understood.
Right. So whenever you guys hear the name public key cryptography, it means like this. Okay. All right. So when we start our KMS, we have a KMS topic in AWS. Okay. When we start our KMS topic, it would be even more interesting. Okay. Encryption, decryption. Now, as of now, just focus on how this EC2 does. Okay. So now if you go and launch EC2, I'll show you now. Oh, why it has become slow? Okay, I'm not touching anything. Only here. Okay, if you see here in the key pair, if you see here, I'm creating a new key pair. Okay, so you might don't get confused. What is RSA? What is ED? What is .pem, .ppk? That we'll talk in KMS session. We have something called key management service in AWS. Okay, in that session, I'll explain you why they have introduced what do you mean by .pem, .ppk. Okay, right now we'll just create a key pair. Okay, we are creating key pair. If you see here, we are creating a key pair. All right, so we can create, you can give any name. Okay, now if you see it has downloaded, right? Oh, if you see the keys will be like this. It is an unreadable form. These are your keys. Right. Now, so now my key pair is created. If we launch instance, okay, instance will launch. Now my instance will launch and then okay, now I'm gonna do SSH. Okay, to do that SSH, that port should be open, right? Without that, how will the connection happen? So first I need to check whether that port is open or not, in the security group is allowing or not. So you can go select your security group, you can see the inbound rule. Okay, if you see SSH is open, if you can see here, this is open. All right.
So by default, SSH open, no? For all new
No,
instances.
while creating, I have given allow SSH. While
Okay.
launching instance, I have, if you see in the left side checkbox, I have given allow SSH.
Uh-huh.
All right. So now if you want to SSH, now we have a direct connect, right? So if you don't have, if you don't want to, you know, third party service, okay. If you directly want to do the instance connect, you can do it from the console itself. Okay, if you just click on connect, this connection happens. Okay, so here what is happening? AWS is taking care of both public key and private key. Okay, in background, AWS only managing all those keys. Okay, and it is giving us the connection. Okay, now usually in the companies and all know what they'll do, they'll use third parties, or most of the case they'll use this direct connect. If it's a very confidential data, they'll ask you to launch, you know, SSH. So if you want to do SSH, there are many other tools. Okay, just for demo purpose, I'm using Mobile Extern. So here we need to give IP of that EC2, and then we need to upload keys. Only when we upload keys, then only we can make the connection to this EC2. Let me try. Okay, my mobile extern is not working, but I'll try. All right, so I'll copy this public IP and then go to this public IP. Okay, and here use private key. I need to give manually. I need to EC2 default EC2. No username, you can give anything. You can give Madan.
We didn't create any user, right, for that instance?
No, you didn't create, but default username. I mean, inside that Linux, you want to give some default username, no?
Okay,
You can
okay,
give any name. We did not create here. It is giving option.
okay.
Okay. Right now we'll keep, because why I have given EC2 user means AWS also gives the same EC2 user. So here, if you see here, I've given public IP, and now I'm manually uploading the keys. Which keys? Which I have downloaded for this. Okay. Now as I explained you here, I told you, right? We need to upload keys, and a server will check with it, and it will make us the connection, right? That manually I'm doing. All right. So now, can you guys see? Did you guys see how it worked? If you asked who am I, EC2 user. Guys, did you understood about the SSH? What is the importance of key pair? We will be having one key, and right, EC2 will be having one key. When I uploaded the key, right, when I uploaded manually the key, and then that key checked with this EC2. Okay, which EC2? Which I have given the public IP. Okay, I have given the public IP, right, in the starting. So it went, see, this is the public IP. That keys immediately it went to this EC2 server. It checked, and since it was matching, it allowed me the connection. Now I can send data. Whatever data I send, it will be, you know, encrypted form. All this data here.
So
This
that
is why,
means, that
yeah.
means private key will have the uses, public key, public key will have the uses, private key will be available in that instance. Is it correct, sir?
Public key
will be
public key will be with the, sorry if I had told
Actually, he wants to confirm which key is storing and from
yeah.
where.
So public key will be with the EC2. Okay, so whatever I have uploaded, no, that is private key. So how you can verify? If you see here, here only it has no private key.
Okay.
Okay, so why it is private? Because user is private, no? I mean, we are the main thing. So we'll be having our private key since so this will be public. So
So
public key.
you mean public key is used to encrypt the data and private key is used to decrypt, right, sir? I mean,
Not like that. To make the connection happens over SSH,
okay.
securely. Okay, now only these two keys, who has these two keys can talk to here, right? Now this EC2 has public key. I have private key of this EC2. Only I can connect to this now.
Okay. Okay.
Now the connection is secure. That is why SSH. What do you mean by SSH? Secure shell. So this is secured now.
Okay, sir.
Okay, that's why we have keys. I told you, right? Key pairs, even though it looks very small, it plays very huge important role. This is what I mean by public key cryptography. All right, so if you see here, I mentioned here only. Public key is stored in EC2 instance. Private key is stored by customer. Now I am the customer, right? So I have stored private key. Whenever I want to make SSH through outside or through secure shell, then I have to give private key. I have shown you guys as well how to give private key.
Okay, sir.
Right? Whenever you are launching EC2 from console, what happens? Why I did not give? Automatically AWS will maintain it. It's not your responsible. Okay. So EC2 direct connect, you don't have to worry about the keys. All right, guys, clear? Clear about key pair,
Yes, sir.
launch type,
Yes, sir.
AMIs. Okay.
Sir,
So
when we create AMS, it will be chargeable or it will be non-processable?
AMI, when you create AMI, Linux, Amazon Linux AMI is free. Others are a bit chargeable, I guess. Ubuntu, Mac, Windows are chargeable.
Okay.
All right. So quickly, I have 1 or 2 more topics. I'll finish it so that we can complete our EC2. Tomorrow we can start new session. So what are those is guys, we have a different EC2 on pricing model. Okay, I'll just explain it. Very easy to understand. So 4 different. Okay, we have on demand. This they will ask you in the interview or in the exam as well. Exam though you will get for sure. In interview they might ask you. Okay, that's why I'm included here. So we have 4 pricing model. One is on demand, spot, dedicated, and reserved. Okay, so what do you mean by on demand? On demand is the same what we are using now. See, now I have launched instance. Now I don't want, I'll terminate it. Okay, just use and throw. Okay, just pay for what you use and delete it. Okay, this is on demand, the more costliest one. On demand is the costliest one. Okay, and then come with, okay, spot I'll tell you at last. Okay, then come with dedicated host. Okay, so dedicated host are provide physical EC2 servers that are fully dedicated to your use. Okay, it is allow you to use your own license. So as I told you, whenever we want to for financial service, right? For if you have a financial client, they want complete dedicated host for them, then we can go with the dedicated EC2 instances. Okay, here you can select it. Okay, while launching only you can select, right? So that is one type. And then reserved. Okay, what do you mean by the reserved instance? So when this reserved instance comes into picture, now let's say your project is finalized. Okay, your project is finalized, some POC or some this thing is going on. You already have EC2 instance details. This EC2 instance you are going to launch where? Now this is 2023, right? You are going to launch in January 2024. Okay, you are going to launch, but all this in details which which OS to select, what configuration to give, okay, what storage, all this you have. At that time, you can go and reserve your EC2. Okay, you can go and reserve it. You can go to reserve instance. Okay, you can say I want this type of EC2 for this period from January to May. My project will be from January to May. I want till here. If you go and select this like this reserved instance, you will get up to 70% off. Okay, so first is on demand, the costliest one, and second is dedicated. Okay, it's for financial sector, we go with dedicated, and then comes with reserved. Okay, where we can reserve the instance based on a requirement. This gives the 70% off on the pricing, and then comes with our spot instance. Okay, what do you mean by spot instance? Means, okay, so spot instance is the most cheapest, very less value. Why? It gives us 90% off. How it gives 90% is AWS follows bidding purpose. Okay, when let's say when the user request, okay, I request spot instance. So as soon as I request spot instance, AWS will do the bidding. Okay, some bidding will be going on. Okay, AWS bidding will be going on. Now, when you request a spot instance, okay, whenever there is no bidding, okay, I mean, whenever there's no one using, okay, they will give that spot instance for very low price. They'll give it to you. You can use this instance. Okay, you can use this instance. You can work on it very low price. Let's say if your on demand is 10 rupees per hour, this spot instance you will get 1 rupees per hour. Can you see the difference? 90% off. But there comes a disadvantage. What is the disadvantage of spot instance? AWS can take back anytime. If anyone bids with a higher price now, since nobody has bid, okay, since it is a lower price, it will give it to you. If anyone comes or if anyone bids, I want a higher price, I'm ready to pay higher price, they will take back. Even though you are working, you are doing any job, that EC2 will go stopped and they will take back that EC2. That's the main disadvantage. So now then interview, they'll ask, so if this is the advantage, then why do we have spot instance? Why AWS has given? So then you should say we have spot instance, right? For what kind of jobs? For batch jobs. You guys know what you mean by batch jobs, right? So batch jobs is, so usually they will be uploading data from on-prem to cloud in batches. They'll do the batches and they'll upload during at the night. Okay, they'll be uploading. Even if this data is lost, you'll be having the backup of data in your on-prem, right? Even if lose the data, there's no problem for you. Only in these scenarios, okay, for bad jobs, you can go with spot instance. Okay, please remember this hierarchy: on demand, spot, dedicated, and reserved.
Sir, you
Very
mean batch jobs? So is it similar to batch scripts which we have been using for on Windows servers?
not batch scripts. While from on-prem to cloud, there'll be huge datas, right? They'll
Okay,
be
sir.
uploading in batch wise. Okay,
Okay.
all the data they'll make upload, even the live streaming, all your CCTVs thing, they'll be
Okay, sir.
uploading in a batch wise. They'll have a backup. Okay, even then they'll make a batches and upload. Why? Because even if this one thing goes down, they'll have a whole backup. They'll not lose, right? So only for those kind of job you can use spot.
Okay, sir.
All right.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So this is about the pricing. Okay. Oh, networking, one part is there. If I do it, it will be overwhelming for you guys. On first day only, it will be overwhelming. What I'll do, tomorrow I'll close this. Okay, I'll start new topic. Just I'll explain few things about networking and I'll explain. But for tomorrow, I'll give you small assignment. Okay, so that it is practice for you only. If you do that assignment, okay, it will be very easier for you guys. You guys can do it, right? It will take just 10 minutes.
Yes, sir. Sure.
Sure, we will do.
Okay,
Yep.
so now I'm gonna paste it in group. Okay, first question. First thing is I want you guys to launch instance. Which instance? OS should be Ubuntu OS. Okay, I'm sending in chat. Don't worry. Ubuntu OS and keeper. It's okay if you create or not. Security SSH to be allowed. And then This is to be allowed, and the EC2 name should be what's the Travelex. I want the same name. I want you guys to launch EC2 in the name of Travelex. OS should be Ubuntu. Okay. I want to see your public IP and private IP. I want to see how you have created. And second question is, I want you guys to launch template using this EC2. Okay, launch template using Travelex, right? And then I'll cross check. Okay, I'll cross check and I'll ask you to launch minimum 10 EC2 in front of me, right? And third one is create golden image, golden AMI from Travelex with name golden AMI. Can you guys do this? It's very simple. It takes only 5 to 10 minutes. I've shared it in the group chat.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, Adil, I'm totally new to this AWS. I just created an account in the portal. So there is no charge belongs to any of these labs, right? So we are good to go ahead and
Is
implement, right?
that Sumit? Who is it?
Darshan.
Yeah, Darshan. You have created following my templates, right? I mean my video.
Yeah, I created account in AWS. That's it only. I never worked with
Free tier
it.
account, right?
Yeah,
Free
free
tier
tier
account.
account. Yeah, that's
No
right.
problem. For this you can create. Okay.
Okay, and after that I need to delete it or else how it
No,
is?
I'll tell you. Okay, I'm going to complete my instruction. Okay, first you guys create all those three, follow these 3 steps and create. Once you feel like ready, okay, once you feel like, okay, I have done it, what you guys do, don't terminate it. Okay, your EC2 instance, don't terminate it. Just click on here. Okay, instance state, follow properly, guys. Just select stop instance. If it's in stopped state, you will not be charged. Okay, so today night you can do, or morning if you guys are free, you can do it. Keep it in a stopped state, and in the morning in the class you can show me, you can run it. Please remember, keep it in a stopped state. If it's running, if entire night it is running, all your free tier limit will go off. Tomorrow I'll show you how to keep alarm for this. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, clear.
Okay, keep it in a stop. See, my EC2 is in stopped state. Now it is not charging for me. Okay, I have pasted the question. Please follow and do it. Tomorrow, if you are successfully able to do this lab, then you guys know entire about EC2. You can play with EC2 now. All right. Yeah. So any other doubts, guys?
One more thing. Could you please share your mobile number? Is that okay?
Any doubts? Check with the admin. He will let you know for any doubt.
Okay.
Okay, if you have any specific doubt, we can connect. I mean, check with admin. He will let you know, the organizer. Okay, then we can do it.
Yeah, got it.
All right. No doubt, guys. Others, are we
Yes,
good to close?
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah, Wakas, you have understood, right, Wakas?
Yes,
Thank you
I
so
got
much.
it. Thank
I
you.
need to just check the previous video, then I will ask the tomorrow in session question all the things.
What, Gaurav?
I'm saying I will check the previous video of the AWS,
Ha,
and after that I will just ask the question if anything I have just
ha.
query.
So is this your first class?
No, this is the second, third. Actually, I haven't joined in between 2 to 3 class, so I haven't understand anything. But due to related to network data or SD-WAN and Palo Alto, I have understand the encryption description and the secure cell and the tunnels are I have understand. But
Today's class you have understood means on
yes,
today's
yes,
class only I
yes.
have given the question.
Yes,
Okay,
yes, yes,
this
yes. So
assignment
I
you
will
can do
check the
on
previous
today's.
video and I will check
Ha, ha,
all
ha.
the things tomorrow if any query I have.
Yeah, sure. You can check. And my basic funda is, guys, I want to make basics clear. Okay. So
Yeah,
if see, I can directly go and explain what is SSH. I can simply take MOBA extrem. I can say this is public key, private key. So why am this thing? It takes a lot of time. Why I'm explaining? Because you guys should be unique in the interview. When you go and answer, no, it should be unique from others. So whenever they ask you about golden image, public key cryptography, right? If you answer the way I have explained, no, you will stand out from others. And also, even in your working, also you will understand what is the technology behind, why we are using SSH, why we are using HTTP, right? So that's the main, agenda of my. Okay, whatever, whenever I do the teaching, I follow that. Okay, and small thing I expect is please read and come. Whenever I ask question, I want you guys to answer. If it's a correct or wrong, no problem. Just try to answer so that it will be like a interactive. It won't be like, student lecture class. It will be like our interactive normal. That's the only reason. All right.
sure,
So
sure.
yeah, we'll see tomorrow. Muntaz, recording and all, please check with organizer, right? He will share you all the things. He has all the recordings, everything he has stored. He will share you. Once we complete one service, then only I will release the notes. So tomorrow I'm going to complete EC2, right? Then I'll release the EC2 notes. All right, guys. See you
Okay,
tomorrow then.
okay,
Thank
sir.
you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Have a good
Okay.
day. Bye.
Bye,
Thank you
bye.
all.
Bye.
Thank you
Bye.
all.
Bye.